Good morning. I wanted to show you a short demonstration on how to use your, I call it a yoga ball. Mine's that big and it's squishy and it's got some paint stuck on it from being next to the wall. But this is the best way to relax your back. So first I'll show you how big my ball is blown up. It's like, I don't know how to describe, but when you sit on your ball, see how mine is squishy? I think that's a lot better work that we do. And my legs are straight. My hips might even be a tad lower than my knees. So this ball could be inflated some, but it's fine just the way it is. So if you have a ball, I would really recommend do not blow it up until it's real super firm. Okay, that squishiness is safer and it gives your body more room to move into the ball. So the way I like to start using the ball is pull it close to my legs, my stomach, put my elbows down, and then I lean over my arms. So the whole purpose of this is two things. It's stretching the muscles along your spine. And it's also creating resistance as you breathe in. You're going to feel your stomach expand into the ball. And then exhaling, the ball kind of presses back toward your spine. So if you just stay like this for at least 2 minutes, then your back will really start opening up. And at first, when you lay like this, you might feel achiness in your back. But if you stay here and breathe, I mean, I can promise you that your back will start relaxing. So the knees are on the floor, you're just leaning into the ball, and you breathe. So the other thing that you might feel, so keep doing that. The other thing you might feel while you do that is that you might feel tenderness in your stomach. So that is, it's good that you can feel it. It's not so good that it's there. It's if you have tenderness in your stomach, when you put pressure on your stomach, it's usually tension or stress. It's inflammation. It's it needs attention. And so just the pushing of the ball into your stomach is going to help relieve that tenderness. But that's one of the things you may feel as you just lay there. It appears you're doing nothing. So I moved my yoga mat under the ball. My knees are on the very back edge of the mat because for your safety, you want to keep your ball on your mat. So the next is to drape your arms over your ball and lay your whole chest down on the ball. And again, you just want to lay over the ball and breathe and give your body a chance to start opening up. Because your body's having this conversation like, I want to let go, I want to let go. And then the other side's going, no, I want to hold on, I'm going to hold on. So you've got, your breath will win. If you use your breath will help you open up your body. So while you're laying here, there's two things you could do. You could rock your knees your hips side to side. Just lean into one leg, lean into your other leg. It's just a little bitty move. It's shifting your pelvis. It's a little bit of movement in your lower back. The other thing you could do is rock into the ball and pull away. So you do this another couple of minutes. You're listening to your body and you're making a movement, responding to what you feel. This is a lot of mindfulness. The next stage is turn your toes under, lift your knees a little bit off the floor, and dangle your head off the front of the ball. Now this is appropriate size ball for me. My knees are just barely off the floor. My elbows almost touch the floor, well, they're kind of on the floor. But now you're providing traction for your spine with your upper body dangling off the front end, your legs dangling off the back end, and you're breathing. So stay there. Now you're also inverted. How does that feel for you today? And if it bothers you to have your head lower than your heart, you need to come back down on your knees and lift your head. So these are the kind of things you need to listen to your body. And again, while you're here, you can rock your hips, roll the ball side to side. And then the next thing we do is roll all the way forward till our head is on the floor. I use my hands like a little tripod. My elbows are open pretty wide, and then drop your head down on your hands or all the way to the floor. Now your legs are just kind of dangling back there off the ball. Your hips are more right on top of the ball. And now you're really inverted with your head lower than your heart lower than your hips. That's great for your body. It energizes your brain cells, but you're also releasing your spine at another level. Now, while you're there, use your deep, long breaths. So breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and let it go. Now, the next thing you can do is roll back onto your knees, and then roll forward to your elbows. And now you have the ball rolling up and down your spine, releasing your spine. Good. And then come back down on your knees, very gently lift your head, stabilize your blood pressure, your equilibrium. So you never take that for granted. After you've been inverted, don't just pop your head up and go. You give yourself that time. Now here's the next thing we do on the ball. Let's sit on the ball. You also need to know there's a thing called falling off the ball, and it happens really fast, okay? So if you all of a sudden lose your balance, you want to spend all your effort catching yourself. So I'm going to embarrass myself, but it looks something like this. You're falling, and then you just want to catch yourself, all right? It's usually a big plop, and it doesn't feel real great. But if you're aware that that might happen, then you're ready for it if it does. So back on the ball. Now you want your ball at the end of the mat, because if your ball is on the mat, if your feet are on the mat, you're safer. So first you have to get comfortable sitting on the ball. So bounce a little bit. Your feet are as wide as your mat. Sit up tall. So you do that for a while. And then you could even make your feet wider. You could do some circles, circle the other way, and you could do that for a while. But now you have to trust the ball, all right? So walk your feet out. Now you think the ball is going to scoot out from under you. If your ball is a little squishy like mine is, you're safer. If your ball is on your mat, you're safer, okay? So what we're going to do from here is straighten your legs, bend your knees. And you're pushing into the ball, pushing yourself. The most you're going to get here is a wedgie. So here you are, you're learning to trust the ball. It's not going to scoot away. Now, we want to lay our back on the ball. This is how I do it. And you could use your hands if you need to feel more secure. I'm not going to, because I'm going to show you. Now here's the big, pointing my finger, you've got to do this. You have to keep your head tucked down when you do this, because if you look up and if your head goes back, you're going to go flying off the back end of the ball. So I'm overstating this on purpose, but you're going to look down, you're going to roll yourself forward until you can lay your head on the ball. Now, this is the most important part, besides being on the mat. Your head has to be on the ball. Some people need a little pillow under their head for their neck because it's not comfortable for them. But once you get your head on your ball, then you can walk yourself back over the ball. And now you're back bending. So you can touch the floor with your hands. Your feet are wide. And you're just trying to find a place where you can relax your spine around the ball. And so you're really opening the whole front body. All the rest of our day, our body is rounded forward, compressed and tight. And so this gives us an opportunity to really stretch the front of the body. You can stretch your legs out, you can bend your knees, you can put your hips all the way back down on the floor. And then you could bring your arms above your head to the floor above your head. You have to know your back. You have to err on the side of safety. As you roll around on your back. You're very inverted here. You're upside down and backward. And that is not right for everybody. And it may be okay one day, but the next day it's not okay. So you have to recognize that. So there's just no other time that we can stretch the front of the body to this extent. Stay there and enjoy that. And then when you're ready to come down, remember, don't pop your head up. You get there, you stabilize, and then very slowly take this serious. Bring your head up, and then come back to sitting. So those are my two favorite things to do using what I call the yoga ball, squishy, and let it help your back. I think you will love it. Sometimes we use this in our yoga class, but I wanted to make a special video so you could do it at home. So enjoy. We'll see you next time.